From the East Brunswick Jewish Center, I'm Rabbi Jeff Pivo. How do we know where to go? As the book of Exodus ends this week, we reach the conclusion of the Torah's instructions about the construction of the Mishkan, the tabernacle of the wilderness years. And we also learn something important about direction. From this moment forward, the people will know where God is going to lead them by the presence of two miraculous signs: the pillar of cloud that hovers above the Mishkan during the day, and the pillar of fire which does so at night. With the space for meeting God now complete, the divine presence represented by those pillars becomes a constant feature of their daily lives. When the pillars move, the Israelites move. When they remain stationary, so do the people. The cloud and the fire show the way forward. When the nation at last arrives in the Promised Land, the need for the pillars as navigational devices ends. But symbolically, the people would continue to need a kind of spiritual GPS down to our own time. Once we arrived in the land, the question of where do we go from here shifts from a geographic quest to a moral one. Without the constant presence of God clearly visible, how would they, and how do we know what direction is the proper one? God, of course, anticipates this. Leaving Sinai, we learned that that place where our ancestors experienced God was sacred only because of their meeting. Receiving manna during the wilderness years was a sign of God's constant care in the absence of a fertile farmland. Arriving in the land means that the manna stops and the farming begins. And so too with the pillars of cloud and fire. God led the people to their destination through these miracles, but when they arrive, it is not the miraculous that will teach them where to go, but the sacred words that they received at Sinai. As life shifts from a wandering to a settled existence, Torah is the map for their belief and behavior, just as it is now for us. Rather than rely on miraculous signs, they and we bind our destinies to the values, the rituals, and the behaviors that God has taught us. The mitzvot are our cloud and fire, the signs that guide us day and night, wherever we find ourselves in a spiritual wilderness. From all of us here at the East Brunswick Jewish Center, Shabbat Shalom.